of the scroll of the Lamb of God. The Ten Commandments, written on tablets by the finger of the divine eternal Father. You children of the earth, promise before knowing a human life to fulfill in your simplicity feeling the highest morality that can be conceived, and to attend to your request, the Divine Father placed the Ten Commandments in human life. They represent and remind you on earth of the morality promised in the kingdom of heaven. You might be deceived by the fleeting and comfort that money provides, thinking you had never studied my scriptures that could happen by failing to comply with the commandments in your daily life cannot be overlooked. Only the arrogant will come to know the power of God, which is first expressed through the living doctrines and then in nature. Every new law must be first thought and then executed. To do the positive will bring chaos to the world, as everyone will be deluded and many will take their own lives believing that the end of the world has come. No, children, there is not a such thing. What this says is the final judgment on a way life that is not in kingdom of heaven, that is not in my commandments, and that will be a proof the human evolution. The commandments were given for everyone. They are the only ones that can unify the world. My divine commandments do not divide the world. Only the divine commandments could and still save the world from the weeping incarnation of sin that is approaching. First commandment: you should love your God and Creator above all the things, and your neighbors as yourself. Second commandment: you should not worship on any image, temple, or likenesses of any kind. Third commandment: you should not take the name of the Lord your God in vain, for the Lord will not behold him in guiltless who takes his name in vain. Fourth commandment: remember the Sabbath day and keep them holy. 6 days you should labor and do all your work, but the 7 days is a Sabbath to the Lord your God. For in 6 days the Lord made the heavens and the earth, the sea, and all that is in them, and rested on the 7th day. Therefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and made it holy. Fifth commandment: honor your father and your mother, so that your days might be prolonged in the land that the Lord your God is giving you. Sixth commandment: you shall not kill. Seventh commandment: you shall not fornicate, you shall not commit adultery. Eighth commandment: you shall not steal. Ninth commandment: you should not bear false witnesses against your neighbor, no lies. 10th commandment: you should not covet your neighbor's gods. Based on the Holy Scriptures, Exodus chapter 20, Deuteronomy chapter 5. The demanding days of the Creator were the self of equality to degree unknown to you. This equality is represented in the 10 Commandments. Where did you get the word private? Nothing is private in the nature. The divine root gives and takes away, meaning that every divine commandment have been observing the actions of every human. Him bring through the centuries. They are living words of God, who is everywhere in the highest morality that the human mind can imagine. Such morality is represented in my commandments. There is no other knowledge in this world that surpasses them. My divine commandment teach equality. Inequality that is respected will have made the earth paradise. The Creator is infinite and it represents in all the things. Yet His commandments are the supreme because they emerge from His free will. The divine morality of my divine commandments was created so that universal communist government could arise on earth, one single government and one single God. Is there any other doctrine more humble than the which they share material things in common? The hour has come when all the power that is not on the eternal Father will fall by his first own law. With the measurement they use, they will measure. The measure is the commandment, and by the commandments they will fall. Right, Alpha and Omega. Lord, you blew the winds, and the sea is your child. Who is like you, O Lord? From the eternal to the eternity, you are the voice of God. Holy greetings. Deuteronomy 30:14. But the word is very close to you, in your mouth and in your heart, so that you might fulfill it. 1 Chronicles 28:19. All this was written to me by the hand of the Lord, who made me understand all the words of the Scripture. What will come? Divine Title 1291. Flying saucers or vehicles came from other worlds because that is above is equal to what is below. Just as the man on the earth tried to reach out another planetary domes, others also tried to do so. The flying saucers know that in this world a divine judgment has to be fulfilled. They are guided by the sacred planetary creatures that are waiting to act in the alien sense with the Son of God. These heavenly ships, everything they do not disturb the trials of the human's life. He who denied the existences of these ships will not travel through the cosmos, crewing them in the divine year 2001. The crew of these ships are telepathic, and they read everyone's mind. They who know and who denied them, and who didn't. Telepathic Scroll. Divine Title. Constructions of the flying saucers dictated by telepathic reading by the Divine Father JEHOVAH from everywhere. Yes, son, I will dictate to you the region of the flying saucers, that in the creatures of the Divine Father JEHOVAH, they are like the signs in the heavens and like the balls of fire. Let us transport ourselves, my son, to the Alpha and Omega sounds and the Trino Galaxy. Alpha and Omega, Divine Father JEHOVAH? That's right, son. I believe that I have read such a term in your Divine Gospel, Father. That's right, son. The solar firstborn Son Christ said it. I am the Alpha and Omega. What a Divine Father JEHOVAH means. He wanted to say, I am from your place of origin, and I am where you started and where you will be arrived. I am the beginning and the end and all destiny. So the galactic term of the Alpha and Omega are the same kingdom of heavens? That's right, son. It is the macrocosm called Kingdom of Heaven, an infinity place where everything is gigantic, where the limit is not known and anything imaginable. What a divine scenes I see, Father JEHOVAH. What a huge house, though. I don't see human beings. I will tell you, my little son, that here in the Kingdom of Heaven, no one is more important but the Father. This is announced to your planet Earth in the divine parole that it says, from the dust you are, and to the dust you will return. It means that the Earth belongs to the universal microscopic planet of the microbial planets. This is because the creation of the Father JEHOVAH has no limit neither in size of the creatures in the planets. I see that you are amazed, son. Yes, Divine Father JEHOVAH. What immense color suns. And they transform into human forms and other forms, I don't know. That's right, son. They are on reincarnations that they have in other universes. What a divine revelation, Father Jehovah. As you know, Eternal Father, on my planet Earth, what I see is called into questions. Millions believe and millions do not believe. I will tell you, my son, that those who do not believe will have no more resistances, because by denying, they put themselves again in all the elements, which constitute future resistances. Such elements will also deny them when they ask again for a new ways of life. What do you think it was taught in a word that God is infinity? I'm already understanding it, Divine Father Jehovah. Your infinity means that you can grant life in unlimited numbers. That's right, son. And I will tell you that this infinite existences that the Creator offers to His children were also announced into the divine gospel. The parole says, every spirit is born again. Means that everyone had and will have many existences. You are born again to know a new life. I truly tell you, son, that those who only believe in one existence will remain with only one, and those who believe in infinite existences are left with the infinity. Each one receives according to what he taught in the test of life, and it was enough to believe to receive. I see those yellow suns. I see you, Divine Father Jehovah. They are the solar family of the Alpha and Omega suns, the place where is my planet Earth came from. That's right, son. How great. What a beautiful and divine woman I see, Divine Father Jehovah. Who is it? It is the divine solar mother Omega, because I will tell you, son, that the suns also have sex. Just as the creatures on the distant planet possess, what is above is equal to what's below. Who will have imagined into Divine Father Jehovah? If only those of my world could see this sublime truth. They saw it, my son. The greatest evolution in all the time will occur in the world. This evolution will be so great that the strange system of light, arising from the strange love of God, will disappear, because a new system of life will be born based on the eternal love. I read in your mind, son, a volcano of questions. You could do them, so that those in your world can be enlightened. Thank you, Divine Father Jehovah. And it's written that you can, and you are all divine creator, and it light in all the knowledge. What a time it is here in the microcosm, called the Kingdom of Heaven. Here, our celestial time exists, and I will tell you, son, that 1 second of celestial time equivalent as to terrestrial century. What amazing, Divine Father Jehovah. Now, I understand many mysteries on earth. That's right, son. It's because of this love on times, it is said that only a few moments ago, that Divine Father Jehovah created the earth. The same law is fulfilled for all the times, on all the planetary weaklings. Does this Divine Father Jehovah mean that the time is related to the infinity degree? That's right, son. The times of the planets are subordinated to the times of the place which they came. And all time is living before God. What does living Divine Father Jehovah means? It means that both matter and spirit express themselves before the Creator. Matter has the same rights as the spirit. No one is less before God. Neither matter in his own love of matter, nor spirit in his own laws of the spirit. What a light to you, divine word, Divine Father Jehovah. It is because this law, which you taught us that we are all equals in rights in your divine presence. That's right, son. When your Divine Father Jehovah expressed such a love to your word, the Divine Father encompasses in infinity that encompasses the matter and the spirit. The proof of light that your humanity asks for, you must have considered it in that way, and no limit ourselves to only to the planet. The tests are the tests. True faith should not have decided and set any limits. He should not have been influenced by an ephemeral and limited nature of planet. Those who thought that this way in their trials of life fell on their own trials, wherein they thought that God was infinity. This is how Divine Father Jehovah is. I see the strange law of gold excited the world of proof. I'll tell you, my son, that such a strange illusion that had not to be overcome to, one should not allow oneself to be surprised by the ephemeral in any of the imaginable forms. What will happen to Divine Father Jehovah to those who did not offer the mental resistance to the strange illusion of gold? They will have to pay little, son, second by second for the time and the strange illusion lasted. Second by second, that's right, son. And this is because every human spirit asks for a proof of light with judgment upon all the things. This order includes everything microscopic, both of matter and spirit, includes ideas and generating in life. From the age of 12, because innocence has no judgment, include the seconds of the molecule themselves, the divine in the invisible and to the visible. What is felt and not seen, and what is seen and not touched. I will tell you, little son, that the Father was asked and promised upon all the things. The Creator does not impose anything because He is infinity. The living God obligates no one. Obligation is a synonymous of imperfection and is complex. And the Creator has not as such complex. This is how I see it through your divine grace, Divine Father Jehovah. I see the divine solar Mother Omega smiles at me. He has recognized you as the first son, who comes from a distant and microscopic dust planet. I feel like she reads my mind. Here in the kingdom of heaven, everyone reads their minds. As the most natural thing in the infinity, nothing is hidden here, son. And those who practice occultism in their trials of light should not re-enter in kingdom. I will tell you, my son, that the occultism is in darkness. This is not from the laws of the light. Here as you see it, no sinner from any world can enter, because at all the times you are exposed to having your mind read, and being a sinner, and he is cast out of the kingdom. Divine Father Jehovah, I see infinity bright dots that come out of the divine womb of the solar Mother Omega. What is that? They are sons of future planets and earths, because I will tell you, son, that since the microcosm time exists here, the divine solar Mother Omega still continues creating planets and creatures. Your world will age and disappear, and the divine solar Mother Omega will continue to create. I see and read, my little son, in your mind that you wonder what relationship is between the Divine Father Jehovah and the Divine Solar Mother Omega. This is how Divine Father Jehovah is. I'll tell you, my son, we both have the same power of creation. We are equalitarian in the eternal world. Eternal world, Divine Father, yeah? What does the eternal world mean? Eternal birth, my son, means that the power one has to create in a colossal way in the most microscopic unit of time. The mother and the father are unmatched in the universe. Every child of every world is born with the respective creature in created birth, because no one is disinherited from the divine inherence of the Father Jehovah. According to the divine sciences of each creature and creatures of the cosmos, and is inherited that correspond to respective degree of the birth. On your planet Earth, the human world was diminished Why Divine Father Jehovah? Because every human creature was influenced by the strange interest and the selfishness psychology coming out of the love of gold. Because I will tell you, son, that no one asked for the strange system of life called capitalism in the kingdom of heaven. Not even the so-called rich asked for it, because nothing unjust is asked to, O God. This strange and unknown system of life, which includes inequality in His strange love, is not written in kingdom of heaven. Everything that is not written in kingdom is called fringe and foreign on the kingdom, and those who lead love's friend to the kingdom of heaven do not re-enter in kingdom. What an immense revelation of my planet Earth, Divine Father Jehovah. That's right, son. And I will tell you, my son, that this revelation will cause crying and garnishing of teeth on your planet Earth. This is the beginning of the final judgment, the strange system of light which no one asked for in the kingdom of heaven. I have read it, Divine Father Jehovah, in your divine gospel. I never imagined what the trial would be for the life system itself. I miss you, son. Was not reading that everywhere imagined that everything was created will be judged? This is how Divine Father Jehovah is. Let's get closer, son, to the Alpha and Omega sons. I see that you have an infinite interest in witnessing the construction of the flying saucers. I'll tell you, son, that the construction of this heavenly ship has no limits. The suns and the worlds in which the ships are created are infinity according to the science of the created works of His creatures. It is the power inherited that corresponds to them to the infinity universe. The greater the power in the created verse, the greater the mandate they had over the elements of the planetary natures. What immense laboratory this is! I see the Father Jehovah has no divine end. That's right, son. The laboratories and factories on the kingdom of heaven go from down to the dust. Huge silver ships are created here. This is how I see a Divine Father Jehovah. I'm speechless with this amaze and emotions. How these beautiful ships are. They are of beauty that paralyze the heart. That's right, son. I see that everyone here is wearing a light blue overalls, and I see colored halos around their bodies. That's right, son. I will tell you that the lights of the blue overalls symbolize the eternal philosophy of the world. Soon, under your planet Earth, everyone will dress the same. The colored halos are their home skies, with their complete infinite reincarnations on the earth where you are. Everyone also has a colored halos around their body flesh. They are the same colors that you have been seeing since you were a child. The human creature has 318 colors around their bodies. Each color represents virtue in the human thinking itself. Divine Father Jehovah saying that everything in virtue has a color? That's right, son. Color is in the material and the spiritual, because the creature is flesh and is mind, and the flesh and the mind influence each other. What enters through the eyes remains impregnated into everything upon all the creatures. I will call 3 heavenly engineers my son. Oh, they appear so instantly. It was a telepathic call, my son. It was just what I called you so many terrestrial years ago. This is how I remember Him, Divine Father Jehovah. I will never be able to forget it. Praise you, Creator to the universe. We are at your divine orders, say the celestial engineers, just children of the kingdom. I present to you a first son of the distant planet Earth. Planet Earth? As the celestial engineers. We do not know any planet Earth, Divine Father Jehovah. I knew it. I knew a little son. I knew a little children. The Earth is a dust planet, belongs to the Trino Galaxy. And it is a world of the flesh, and it has in a companion a pale yellow war sun. How interesting, Divine Father Jehovah. Unknown words always fascinated. This is how I read it in your heavenly minds, children. Introduce yourself to the first Son on earth. So be it by Divine Father Jehovah. Let your divine will be done in me. Brothers of the kingdom, I am Luis Antonio. By the divine grace of Divine Father Jehovah, I belong to the planet Earth, test of life planet, with forgetfulness of the place of the origin. Welcome to you, early brother. We are space engineers. We will introduce ourselves. I, Engineer Paz, and I am the Engineer Dulcinea, and I am the Engineer Celeste. We have been very interested in knowing about your world. Everything that interests our eternal Creator is important to us. And for me, also heavenly brothers, we will ask the Divine Father Jehovah to show us your planet Earth through the divine solar television. I see that you're a Mason. This is how the Divine Father Jehovah is. What is the divine solar television? Solar television is this. Oh, the Earth, the solar system that surrounds it. What a gigantic and beautiful color television. That's right, son. This is the divine television, and it's product of the very elements of the universe, and it has no end. We'll never had it. I will tell you, son, that this divine television was also announced on your planet Earth in my divine gospel that it was given to the world of trials, it says, the book of life. What a fascinating divine revelation, Father Jehovah. That's what the first Son is like. Solar television is one of the wonders of the universe, on test of planets, such as your planet Earth. This television is born from the same elements of the nature. Everything that it was done during the life recorded on this solar television. Flying saucers also have the solar television. Their crew members are known as the Solar Fathers, elder children of the cosmos, subordinated to the divine Trinity of the Father Jehovah. Because just as there are human parents of the earth, there is also solar parents outside the earth. What it's above, it's equal to what's below. And I will tell you, son, that every solar father was also human creature in world so ancient that they are no longer founded in the space. They, too, were creatures of flesh, because the humble beings is for everyone. He who was not humble in the microscope does not become great in the kingdom of heaven. This means that no planet is unique in the creation. Before the birth of each planet, there were infinity others, knowing who was the first in the eternal search, and all those who belonged to the expansive thinking universe, little children. I will leave you for a heavenly moments. May the divine celestial engineers instruct the early Son, and I will be another sons. Your divine will be done, Father Jehovah. I see that the solar Father, when greeting the eternal, do through levitating his early Son. You ask whatever you like. They are divine orders to instruct you, eternal grace, divine solar parents. Why do you levitate? I see that here in the kingdom of heaven, shaking hands is not known and is in a form of greeting. That's how it is in terrestrial, brother. Many customs are born in distant planets. Here in the kingdom, as you can see, there is no shaking hands. This is due on to the fact that when everyone's mind is read, another living psychology is born in the eternity of the kingdom. I see when you levitate, you place your left hand over your heart. What it does means? The heavenly greeting song represents a respect for everything about everything for oneself. Placing your hand on your heart is creating equality in all virtues of your thinking, intellectual greeting. One's individuality is no longer important. Because celestial psychology teaches that individuality is transformed as the thinking spirit comes to know succeeded in the channel resistances. Heavenly things does not stop for a moment in itself. We see, son, that you observe it when thinking about the proud people of your planet Earth. That's right, heavenly brothers. I have always wondered where the proud goes such a strange influence. We will tell you, son. Pride belongs to the darkness, that they are all the regions of the universe that no sun of the universe's light will dare to penetrate. The proud spirit of your world live divide in darknesses. Many existences live in them. They still have some of the influences of darknesses left. And it happens, son, that if the spirit has to emit investigations of lies, the strange influence of darkness becomes weaker. Those who proud to you and your world still to live longer. This happens with every perfection. We hinders on the evolution of the spirit. That is why it is necessary to be born again. The spirit that does not ask the Divine Father Jehovah to know of some other forms of life again is stopped in progress and ends in not getting bored. What a divine simple logic. But heavenly brothers, who create darkness? Or where the evil came from? The bad sons arises from the children themselves. And is a consequence of the free will of the spirit. And it happens that when the children have lived in a long time, they manage to gain great creative sciences, and having great powers, they become arrogant and proud to such degree that they challenge the very created and all the things. This is what happened with the Luz Bella, better known in your world as Satan. You must know, early son, that every mental idea that the mind generates does not die physically and speaking. Mental ideas, whether good or bad, germinate in space. And from each microscopic and invisible idea, a microscopic planet is born. That is to say, all children of the universe have the created inheritance of the Divine Father Jehovah. The Divine Father creates in colossal form, and his children in microscopic form. Every planet was a mental idea, and every planet, when the first mental idea germinates and is born from the invisible towards the visible. That is to say that everyone goes through the infinity sizes, such your planet Earth has a size similar to the head of the pin. And it was, if you will be a little ball, and a ping pong ball, and a soccer ball, and a beach ball, until reach out the current terrestrial ball. How fascinated, what a great simplicity to explain the colossal. This is how it is, early son, with the greatest simplicity and with the most elementary that the mind can imagine. The creator of all things explains the most difficult, what is impossible to explain in the microscopic sciences, to his children. Now I understand, heavenly brothers, why on my planet Earth these wise have not been able to find the origin of the planet. They didn't take into account the microscopic. They didn't think about what it was inside. They were not egalitarian in their mental searches. With the matter and with the spirit, this is what the early sun is like. What immense fire of the colors I see! It is the Divine Father Jehovah. How colossal! The gigantic suns are seen before his divine presence is smaller than the head of the pin. That's right, son. The Divine Father is unique. His divine forms have no known and limited. Let us approach, say the celestial engineer Dulcines, that the three of that one is the highest galaxy he reaches. Praise you, divine eternal Father. And I, early son, said the same. I laid down the place, my left hand over my heart, and I felt that the supreme moment there's something like a sweet electric discharge that runs through my entire body, and I feel that a sweet dream takes over me. More I don't sleep. From the distant galaxy children, I have been listening to you. I'll tell you, my early son, the last thing you talked about with the heavenly engineers, that it reminds you that anything, my Divine Father Jehovah, are you referring to the origin of the planets? That's right, son. I think, Divine Father, I will remind you, my first son, in the Divine Gospel, that the word of the trial request, a parole, announced that you were talking about, it is the divine parole that it says, you must be humble to become great in the kingdom of heaven. This is how Divine Father Jehovah is. And what is more humble and microscopic than a mental idea? How is that the Divine Father Jehovah, your mental idea, son, represent the most microscopic thing that your matter has? The idea that you just generate in all the times when you think in your soul's more that only can be felt and not seen. What an amazing Divine Father Jehovah. And no one denies your ideas, even if you don't see them. That's right, son. And I will tell you, son, that this love of the humble and the microscopic destroys those who ask for the proof of materialists because they believe in their ideas. What a divine fun, Father Jehovah. Funny and sad, son, because all the ideas that those who will proclaim themselves materialists and generate during their lives do not bear the self of the Creator in all the things. Your future and microscopic planet will have to fight for an eternity to Divine Father to visit them. Does this mean, Divine Father Jehovah, that such future planets belong to the darkness? Not exactly such, but during their development and expansion, tremendously dramas will occur among their creatures. Such future planets will not be paradise themselves, and I will tell you, son, that an idea is generated, what is being created in its eternally expansive magnetic wage. And this wage grows in microscopic magnetic, also grows and invades all the future nature of the future nascent planet. The thinking creatures of the said planet will also receive the influence of the magnetism of the development idea. That is to say, that thinking philosophy of daily life of such creature would be able to deny the Creator of all the things, His own divine rights. What a tremendous Divine Father Jehovah. That's right, son. Just as it happened to Adam and Eve in the microscopic early paradise, Divine microscopic Father Jehovah. That's right, son. When the paradise of the Adam and Eve was born, your planet Earth was the size of the ping-pong ball. Unheard in the Divine Father Jehovah. The unheard sum of the becomes reality, son, because nothing is impossible for the Creator of all the things. What do you think the word was taught? The proof that God is infinity? I understand the Divine Father Jehovah. Since when I was a child and I started seeing you everywhere, I have been understanding the Divine Father Jehovah, what I have been seeing every day since I was a child, what the world known about it, everything will be known, my son, and everything will be written in the scrolls, just as we do daily. Humanity has to know in test of light the scrolls of the Lamb of God. He asked for the light of the knowledge. He asked to know what they did not know. What this world already knows, divine revelation does not repeat. So be the Divine Father Jehovah, might your divine and loving will be done in your children. I will tell you, son, that the telepathic scripture that your Divine Father Jehovah dictates you daily will revolutionize the world. This is how I see it since I was a child, Divine Father. The solar television that is inside my mind makes me see the future of this world. That's right, son. Everything you see, everything becomes reality. This is what I have been seeing, Divine Father, since I was a child. I see sometimes That causes me a great sadness, and I see crying and garnishes of teeth that all of those who do not believe me when I communicate your divine news to them. They are even made me fun of me. I know, son. Such people forgot that every spirit in test of light. Why did I have to happen like this, Divine Father Jehovah? Ah, son, what a question. I will tell you, son. Those who deny you and those who mock up you and are influenced by the strange forms of faith, which in this is on philosophy include many beliefs, with only one God is system. When the Spirit asks for the reincarnation to know the forms of light, not denying that Divine Father Jehovah will send to this passage of time to the distant planets chosen by them. So Divine Father, where did such a strange denial come from? A little song came from out the strange religious influence which divide the world of the faith into many beliefs with only one God. Just as you told me, Divine Father Jehovah, when I was a child. That's how it was, little son. Let's see, what else did you remember from those years as a child, when your Divine Father Jehovah, by virtue of his divine free will as the Creator Father, decided to communicate with you? Divine reminder, Father Jehovah, that the strange self-fitness of the denying that what you commandment to the world is put into respective planetary gospel, into divine gospel, you warn the so-called religious on their future mental division in all the spiritual beliefs mentioned in his Son. The divine parole warning that it says, only Satan divides and divides himself. That's right, son. Satan, the force of evil, divide my angels from me in the very ancient times in the kingdom of heaven. The religious spirits divide my early children in too many beliefs with only one God. No one asked for this strange mental confusion about the Divine Father in the kingdom of heaven, because no thinking philosophy that divides my children from the distant planets exists in the kingdom of heaven. The religious who emerge during the trials of life pay by second, moment by moment, for their strange and disconcerting work. Because of them, no human spirit, which in this innocence knew that the magnificence of division, never again entered the kingdom of heaven, nor has anyone entered it. You enter the kingdom of heaven with the same innocence which you left. In this world, the so-called religious people forgot that the divine final judgment is for everyone equality, even more so for them than the judgment will be. The biblical term that says, and he will judge all upon things, means that every religious person and all those who taught in the forms of faith in the test of light are within the final judgment. In all the judgment by their words, the form of faith which have I get themselves in the test of light are also within their work. The divine clarity of expression you possess, Divine Father Jehovah, for a reason, my son, I am the light of all the knowledge. Divine Father Jehovah, can I see on divine solar television the end of this strange form of faith which divide everyone? Yes, son, here it is. Oh, what a colossal color television, break through the clouds of the earth. What do you see, son? I see that every religious person cries. I see others cursing their own ideas. I see that the world despises them. They do not forget them for in the tremendous spiritual tragedy or no re-enter in the kingdom of heaven. Now I understand, Divine Father Jehovah, the meaning of this divine parole on your divine gospel that it says, and there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. What else did you see, son? I see the human seas of the destroyed material temples. What a tremendous sin, Divine Father Jehovah. Many committed suicide. Worse for them, son, because the divine commandment says you should not kill, and certainly you should not also not kill yourself. Oh, what a beautiful man, shine like a sun, and makes natural temple is Christ. That's right, son. You to rest your instruction does not tell you, your Divine Father Jehovah tells you through the intuition The conscience infinity times Divine Father Jehovah in his reading that you are everywhere, for the invisible, from all nothingness, you express yourself. That's right, son. What divine human sees Father Jehovah surround the firstborn son, nothing like it was ever seen. And you are the first to see it, little son. After the Father, I just have understood the supreme divine truth, Father Jehovah. The firstborn son is also a solar father. Yes, son, that's how it is. What you have just seen, the word of testing should also know. My divine gospel says, and it said it, and it will arrive right at the sounds of the wind, son. My son is a solar firstborn, and is from the solar trinity that in the divine Father Jehovah. Your humanity belongs to the human trinity in divine Father Jehovah, each in his own galactic heritage, and no one is destined cheering it. Divine Father, flying saucers are on earth. How huge! That's right, son. When a solar firstborn son requests reincarnation of glory on a certain planet, the powers of the kingdom on earth act with him. What did you see now, son? I see that inside the flying saucers, the crew members are watching on solar television the same scenes that occurs on the planet Earth. Yes, son. What is above is equal to what's below. What also do you see? I see a telepathic communication between the solar firstborn Christ and the crew of the flying saucers. Yes, son. It has always been like this. All sent from the kingdom of Father, having always communicated telepathically with the kingdom of the heaven, because it's written in each prophet who asked the divine Father Jehovah for reincarnation as such. This is how your word received the Holy Scripture in all the ages, during their lives, and the prophets at all the time they had living telepathic in their respective degrees. What does divine Father Jehovah means? It means that every power that is asking in God is proportional to the divine birth achieved by each per one. So that you understand this, I will explain it in the following to you. Between my solar firstborn son Christ and the other prophets that the world knew, there is an abyss of differences. My firstborn son belongs to the macrocosm and the infinity place in the universe, where everything is gigantic, where there is no limit. Prophets such as Buddha, Allah, Muhammad, etc. belong to the microcosm. This is why they will not judge the world. They were left a teaching the world be judged by the first son, just as it was written. Right, Alpha and Omega. Thank you for your attention to this divine reading of the Scrolls of the Land. For more of this info, please feel free to visit our website at telepathicreading.com. Thank you for your attention.